there, we're onto the distance keeper, as we call it, DK. This is all about clipping up your rod line so you can get out to your baited area. At the moment we use yardsticks, and as you know, that can cause a few little issues. You're presented with a small swim and you can't actually set up the yardsticks on the swim. The other one could be you're halfway through counting, you get distracted, you've got a line bite, and then you kind of forget where you are and you forget your count on the yardstick, so you've got to start again. And the other one is at night or in the rain, it's cold and you're trying to wrap up and it's inconvenient doing it at that sort of time. With the distance keeper, that solves all your problems. You can do it in the comfort of your chair, under your brolly, and with the unit you can either be left-handed or right-handed. Just showing you how it's all set up from your lovely chair. Firstly, the rod itself is based on 2 bank sticks with a slight incline, so when you open up the spool bail arm, the line don't go free falling off your reel, which sets up nicely for the distance keeper. Secondly, we've got the distance keeper, which is removable from the bank stick, and we'll place that back down. And then from this point, there's 2 ways of using your distance keeper. One is to record a new distance memory for your rod that you've got onto your hotspot, or 2, you can recall a memory for that particular hotspot on whichever rod you're using, which can be up to 3 rods. Now that we've clipped up and found a hotspot out on the lake, what we're going to do is transfer that distance off the reel onto the distance keeper, which is straightforward. So firstly, what we do is place the end tackle in this special design spool, and now we switch on, and it will give you a couple of options. Now we press reset for a new memory, and it's telling us to wind the line on. So with the reel spool unclipped and free flowing, we just keep a little tension on the line to start off, and now we continue. If we have a little break from the winding the line onto the distance keeper, it will give you an option of recording that distance or continue winding. So as we're not finished, we'll continue winding the line on until we hit the clip up point. Okay, now we've hit the clip up point, the line is slightly tense, and now on the unit it will allow us to do a memory into the distance keeper. So we press A and we'll override A itself for the new memory. Now that is stored into the distance keeper, and what it will do is tell us to wind back onto the reel. So we take the handle off and we'll wind the line back onto the reel. Take care when you get near the end, and then we'll place the rod back down. You can open back up, take the end tackle out, and the unit will automatically switch off after 5 seconds.
Yep. Spot on. Brilliant. And that's your distance keeper.
Okay then, we want to get back out onto the hotspot A for the rod A that we're using. So all we need to do is turn the unit back on. Gives us 2 options, and obviously we want A to recall the stored memory. It'll give us our distance, and then as we start winding the line back on, this will count down. Obviously it'll go down to 0, and then it will say clip up reel. So as we're coming down to 0, take your time. Then once we hit 0, it'll say clip up reel. Remove the handle. Now clip up and wind the line back off the distance keeper onto the rod. This will show winding back down to reel, and then take your time as you get near the end. Now I'll just obviously place the rod back down, open up the spool, and now we're ready to get back out to the hotspot A. Brilliant. Okay, on this one, this is where we're going to store a new memory. So we turn it on, it gives you the options of press to reset for a new memory, or press memory location to fish. So we're going to press reset. Now we can wind the line on from the reel, and obviously halfway through, if we do get distracted for any reason, this will hold the memory
up to 5 minutes, so we can attend to another rod, and then obviously we can come back and continue with our new memory. So we'll carry on. So winding line back on, and then obviously once we hit the clip up on the reel, we get the distance on the display, and now we can press A to override the old memory, and this will store the new memory into the distance keeper. And once this is done, it'll tell us to wind the line back onto the reel. So we start winding the line back onto the reel, and obviously the display showing winding to reel. Once we actually come to the end, it'll say switching off. This will stay on there for about 5 seconds, and then after that the unit will switch off and we're all done. Okay, on this one we're going to recall a memory. So again, we turn it on. It gives us the two options: press reset for new memory, or press memory location to fish. So press A, showing us 12.1 on memory A. So we're winding the line onto the distance keeper, and as you see it's counting down. And then obviously again, if we get distracted for any reason, this will keep this memory for about 5 minutes, so we can tend to our other rod or a bite, and then we can come back to it and continue counting down. Once we hit 0, the system will show obviously too far, wind back, and when we do come back to 0, it'll say complete clip up. So we clip up the reel, and then obviously while it's doing that, it'll show wind line back to reel. So now we're winding the line back onto the reel, and this is showing winding to reel. Once we get to the end, obviously it'll show switching off, and this will last for about 5 seconds, and the unit will switch off.
With the distance keeper, it comes in its own case that we can pack away neatly. When you've got the Allen key for the handle, we recommend that you keep the handle slightly loose so you can remove it when using it. Fold away handle from the crank, and we can remove it, pack it away. You've got the line guide, simply unclips from the front. Again, place it away. You've got the bank stick adapter into the case, and you can remove the handle. Place that in the case, handle in there, zip it up, nicely packed away.
I hope you enjoyed watching this clip on the new distance keeper. If you want to buy it now, please go to www.distancekeeper.com. Thank you.